Game Click.
What's good, everybody, and welcome to Game Click, the literal blackest video game podcast in the industry. This podcast is so black, it had no idea it was missing the Essence Festival this weekend.
A lot of us.
Oh, you didn't know either?
Yeah, I didn't know.
No, I'm saying a lot of people did not attend.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh,
They didn't get the memo
I
that
still want to go.
millennials don't have money. We can
Yeah.
Got to keep marketing to the boomers until we get our money up.
Jennifer Hudson say, "Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money."
Usually they got Lauryn Hill to actually perform on time, and nobody was there.
Because she was technically
Right.
late.
Yeah, yeah,
She was late because of the venue.
right. Yeah, she got on
Yeah.
late.
Not
So how-
because of the
you gotta
usual
be-
times that she's late.
Listen, if you got Lauryn Hill on IG saying it was them, y'all.
Oh yeah, she was fighting tooth and
She
nail.
was
She was making
like,
sure.
damn, the one time. As always, I'm your boy, the Charm City Champ, and I am joined here by one of the top Sonic fans that I know. Everyone's gaming zaddy, Candy the Moon. What's up?
I thought you were gonna do like a verso thing, honestly.
Oh my God, I am slipping
You
today.
missed that verso thing. That's okay. I'm gonna still be obsessed with him, so it's okay.
And Game Click's resident social media guru on the West Coast, doing the best coast,
Side.
Lendrix. What's up?
What up? How's it going?
Hell yeah. I'm glad you are here because you are going to be one of the experts on this topic. We need to talk about Xbox and what the hell is going on over there
Oh, brother.
in the later half of the show. But stay tuned. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to put our CEO hats on. We're all experienced CEOs here. We're going to fix Xbox. We're going to tell you how to fix it, Sarah.
Yes, we're gonna talk directly with Sarah. Hey,
Damn right, Sarah. I
girl,
know you watch.
Come on the podcast.
Come on
We just
now.
wanna talk to you.
Come on, man. We just want to talk. We just want
Do you use Sacred? Because your hair is just it's nice every time I see her.
just not
What you use?
unstressed and unbothered.
Literally.
Very.
The president.
But let's shift focus from what's happening that's not so good in the gaming world to what's happening that's great in the gaming world. Our buddy, personal friend of the podcast, Hideo Kojima, I know he's watching too.
My best friend. It's actually my real life best friend.
I have been playing Death Stranding too, y'all. I'm pretty sure I'm like close to 30 hours in. And let me tell you, as some,
like it.
I just pulled it up on the app. 36 hours.
That's
And
good.
yeah, I let me start off with this. I played Death Stranding 1. Tried it twice. I have a combined total of 2 hours in Death Stranding 1.
That is crazy. So that's an hour of the 2 times hour per try.
And like 30 minutes of it is like cutscene. I did not.
Sounds about right.
I did not like Death Stranding 1. It did not. I didn't get it. I was like, this is walking. We just walking around. I don't get it. Well,
That's Norman Reedus.
it's Norman Reedus. What I want to do, I can do that in Walking Dead. What? But when I say I get it now, I totally get it. And a part of me wants to go back and give Death Stranding 1 a third try because how much I'm enjoying Death Stranding 2. He's a genius.
That's right.
I will never doubt you again, Kojima.
Told you. Y'all was not seeing the vision with Death Stranding 1. Like, not at all. And I'm glad he listened to feedback because he clearly listened to the feedback.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried Death Stranding 2 yet. But from what I'm saying, it looks like an amazing game. I love the dialogue. That's my favorite part of like
Yes.
watching it. Like the dialogue is just, I don't know, just captivates me.
Yeah, it's really good. Like the first thing that caught me right away was graphically, I think hands down this is the best looking game of the year. If it might be the best looking game on PS5, period. Like the environments
I believe you.
are they're crazy. Like there's and did you know that Death Stranding 1 and 2, they both use the same engine that the Horizon games use?
Really?
I had
SLO?
no idea. Yes.
Mhm.
I did not know that, and it's wow.
That's a pretty engine.
Yeah, which makes sense
Yeah.
because one of the big focuses in Death Stranding 2 is the weather system. Like if the rain whenever it wants, and then the rain will actually affect the rest of the world. It makes rivers rise. If you're in a cold area and snow can get heavy, and like it affects like avalanches and rock
I
slides.
like games like that.
It's
where the weather actually affects your characters and missions and things like that. I really love that about games.
Yeah, it adds a survival game element to it, which normally doesn't scratch my itch. I'm not a big Minecraft freaking
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. I don't like managing whether my character is cold or not. I'm managing my hunger meter and all that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's like with Death Stranding 2, and I assume the gameplay loop of Death Stranding 1, which I didn't get because I was too immature 6 years ago.
Yeah, your frontal lobe did not develop yet by the time you was
I was just a little boy.
Insane.
Yeah.
I was just a little boy. But he wants you to the gameplay loop of Death Stranding for the most part, because Death Stranding 2 does throw a lot of curveballs, I think more so than Death Stranding 1 does, is you get a mission at a base. The mission is normally take this thing to this base that's off the grid. And you have to, you're given an overhead map and you have to plan your route, and then you normally go follow your plan. 9 times out of 10, some bullshit happens. And you find out, I can't do this. I can't do it the way I planned. And you have to kind of like think on your feet. You got to hope that you brought the equipment that you need to change. And you can't it's not a encumbrance system in the sense of like an RPG, but damn, what's the character's name? I want to call him Norman Reedus.
Sam
Bridges.
I mean, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Sam doesn't have like an encumbrance system, but he does have a max weight that he can carry with before he starts like being hard to control.
Okay.
So you have to take that into account when you plan the equipment you bring. Are you going to bring ladders? Are you going to bring grappling hooks? Are you going to bring building equipment and materials so you can like build bridges or or roads or something like that? So you have to look at your route and you have to plan ahead. Do you need to bring guns? Because like, are you going to run into bad guys? Or are you possibly going to run into BTs?
Yeah.
Which, if you don't have any idea about the lore of Death Stranding, this is not going to help you. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time to break down what the hell a BT is and what timefall is and why the shit voids out if you die and such stuff. Just understand that it's good.
Keep it as simple. Yeah.
Eventually, I'll get into it.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. From the outside looking in, I thought it was just one of those old Kojima, just crazy. He just making things overcomplicated, but like it really does. It does make sense when you get in there. The story's really good. The graphics good. The gameplay is crazy. This game is like action packed.
Okay, that's good.
It's action. It's so like it. The start of this game is so much quicker than Death Stranding 1, and you'll get to a point where it's literally just Kojima's making Metal Gear Solid without Konami. This is basically what happened. He wants to make Metal Gear Solid 6, and this is basically what it turned into, and I ain't mad at it. Yep.
I'm glad you finally understood the power and the creativity that Kojima has.
I'm turned. It's either the dark side or the light side. I don't know what it is yet. But I am turned. I highly recommend Death Stranding 2. I'm playing on PS5. Oh, and I'm playing on a base PS5.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it still looks really good.
Again,
Okay.
like you said, that there's no need to buy
That's
the PS5 Pro. Unless you're just trading in your 5 for the Pro, and then of course you get the discount. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Otherwise, sure, if you got it.
what I'm saying.
PS5
I ain't trying to talk anybody out of it. If you got it, baller. But I'm just saying, like, if you got FOMO and you like trying to really figure it out, I really don't think you need to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like people who got it already have a PS5. They've had PS5 for years, which,
yeah,
when I suppose it wouldn't be much of a jump, but it's like, I'm kind of happy that Xbox isn't following a mid-gen refresh.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we'll talk about, who knows?
I know.
It might need
Don't know what's going on there.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think we're closer to next gen than both companies are leading us to believe. So I just don't see the value in Xbox trying to, put their version of the PS5 Pro out, especially like you're not even getting people to buy the Series X. So what's the point? Yeah. I think you should just focus on next gen if that's what they plan on doing. But yeah, Death Stranding 2. Get it, even if you're like on the fence, like, oh, I don't know if it's that type of. It's not that type of game. The main premise is still walking, but there is a lot of traditional gameplay. There's a lot of third-person shooting. There's a lot of stealth, Metal Gear Solid stealth in there. This is, which I guess, you know what? I do want to speak on that because Death Stranding 1 felt like a gamble that Kojima was taking. And he felt like he was really doing something new and innovative in the gaming space. And Death Stranding 2 really does feel like
he got comfortable.
I'm going to dumb it down for you dummies.
Oh, y'all! I forgot. Y'all are the audience.
Kojima was just making his dream game for Death Stranding 1. He was like, oh, shit, okay, let me dumb it down for you, goddamn. I overestimated y'all's taste, your palates. Here, you can shoot some aliens, nerds. But I appreciate
if you don't want to hear all that technical jargon of why you should get Death Stranding 2, it got that guy Higgs, and he plays a cool guitar that shoots lightning. It got Norman Reedus, and y'all know who he is, and it got feet. Y'all love feet. So let me just dumb it down for y'all some more, because I know Kojima, my best friend, it got feet. So go ahead and buy it.
It got some feet in there, boy.
You just sold 200 copies. That's all you need in this day and age.
Yeah. Let's go from talking about Death Stranding 2 to talking about Persona 5, The Phantom X.
I was kind of dreading even talking about this myself. So if y'all don't know what Persona 5 The Phantom X is, it's a gacha game that came out in Japan. It's been in Japan for about 2 years now before it came to the States. And pretty much what it is just a spin-off of Persona 5. And they really show you that. It has 2 openings. So it's already leading into that Persona 5 formula that I don't like, where the tutorial is just really, really long. And it takes forever to get into the meat of the game. And that's kind of just what, like, I downloaded it on my phone because it, like, on Steam, it doesn't really, it's really janky on Steam. Really? Like, if you're trying to play with controller, you have to play with mouse, keyboard, and I don't want to do that. Not for a gacha game. Also, the rolls are not good either. Not like, so Atlas had a gacha game come out previously, like a couple of years ago. It was SMT Liberation DX2. That game was amazing because it played like an SMT game, like a Shin Megami Tensei game. This is literally just if you want to play Persona 5 on your phone. And that's kind of not what I wanted. Is I don't want a 2 to 3 hour long intro tutorial like Persona 5, because that's what I hated about Persona 5. And the story is just, this is in an alternate reality. Like, yeah, okay, that's great, but why is Joker and all them here? Make it its own separate game if that's the case. I love gacha games for the sake of just playing gacha games, especially when they're IPs that I like. Like Nier had a really good gacha game that came out. I think it's discontinued now though. About to get back into Zenless Zone Zero whenever I stop being mad at it, and that game be getting on my nerves. Persona 5 Phantom X, like if you're a real big fan of Persona 5, you get it. If you're not that much of a fan, there's no point in downloading it. Just save the space on your phone.
So is the gameplay literally just Persona 5? Is it just a turn-based RPG?
It literally has the same UI.
Oh my
God. It's the little thing on the side where it's just like attack and shoot, and that's all it is. Like that's really just, it's really just Persona 5.
Damn.
But I got your game. You spend money on it now.
I was really expecting them, because they have, you know, for better or worse, they have been being adventurous with the different entries in the Persona 5 kind of line. With
like Tactica was pretty cool. That was nice.
Tactica. They had the what's the subgenre called? The Dynasty Warrior subgenre. Mushu.
I just call it Dynasty Warrior.
Yeah, the Dynasty Warrior
Dynasty Warrior game. That's Masuo game.
Masuo. Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
Games, yeah.
I'm sure I offended somebody. The Dynasty Warrior like game. But yeah,
I mean that's what
they've been
and they had the Persona 5, like the dancing, the rhythm game.
Oh, yes.
I like the rhythm game. But I just don't know what possessed me. I like the way the new characters look, because it's basically a Persona 5 game if the original cast didn't exist, but they kind of still do exist. I like the way the new cast look. Like they got drip, they got personality, unlike the original cast who had no personality and just pissed me off the whole time and just actually sucked and had no redeeming qualities whatsoever. And I hated the way they treated Ryuji.
Oh goodness.
We all know you're a Mona hater. We all
Mona's the This is not a Persona 5 episode. This is me just talking about the gacha game, which I don't like. So let me just chill out. If you want to hear my thoughts, you can hit me up on my IG. But other than that, it's just a Persona 5 game that you will just spend money on.
Damn.
That's it. Nothing different. Nothing really exciting about it. Except for it's just an alternate reality, which I didn't really care for.
Damn.
I thought it would be canon to 5. That's why I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
It's not canon to 5.
Well, that's another thing with Atlas and the Persona 5 kind of spin-off games, is that even though it is unique lore in each game, I don't think anything that's added by those games made me like truly interested in seeing it through.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because Persona 5 ends kind of like not really on a cliffhanger, but it doesn't really put a bow on the story. Like this, it still ends like there's some.
Yeah, like it's it. That should be it.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's they gotta keep milking it. And I hope with the Persona 4 remake, they kind of like step out of 5 and kind of start working on 6. And Atlas just came out with the Raito remake, Shin Megami Tensei Raito like series or whatever, the detective. They just came out with that, so it's like, yes, stray away from 5 and literally just do something else.
Something else.
I meant to check that out. I'm looking for something else to play on my Switch too. And I think Raito.
I think you'll like it if you are more SMT sided than Persona sided, because those are literally 2 different games.
Yeah, I'm trying
two different games with 2 different fan bases. Those are like literally, I treat them as 2 separate entities because they literally are.
Yeah, SMT like has less of the friend management, social management stuff, right?
Yeah, like people die in that game. It is depressing, and it has more darker themes, which is why I like Persona 3. Because that's when they started segueing from SMT into the Persona series, and Persona 3 had more of like a darker theme to it.
Yeah.
But people didn't like the dungeon crawling. I love that.
Dungeon does kind of suck. But I do like...
I mean, whatever. You just ain't in there for the grind.
Well, hey, I know we didn't sell it, but it's free, so you can try it yourself if you want. Persona 5.
Also, Persona 4 remake coming out. Get that instead, you know.
Well, we got a long wait. We got a long wait before we
do that. You know, pre-order that. Don't spend your money on a gacha game. Save up that money and reserve that.
While we talk about spending money on free-to-play games, let's talk about Overwatch 2.
Oh, Lord.
Spending money.
So Overwatch 2 got a big update, right? So what's going on over there?
So Overwatch 2, we're on season 17 now.
Oh.
And it's interesting. 17 since Overwatch 2 came out is kind of insane to me. I've been playing since 2016. So just to kind of see the game. To me, I think it's with Overwatch, with season 16, I think it's finally earned the 2 in the name.
Okay.
For sure.
Oh, okay.
Especially with Stadium. Stadium is like my most favorite mode now. It's, I don't know, just a lot of different gameplay options and the way that you kind of explore the characters in a way that makes you feel like a little bit more lived in than just the normal PvP. There's no story mode, so that's through gameplay is kind of how they expand the universe a bit. So Stadium is a nice way to kind of ramp things up and the craziness of it. I'm still just kind of very impressed that they have it running on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
Because even on Series X, Stadium is a little choppy as far as frame rate and stuff goes, but I'm assuming it's going to get better with time. But yeah, this season of Overwatch, they introduced map voting, which it's very interesting. It's like a random, so you have people in the lobby. There's 3 maps, so you vote for each map, and then it will do like a random from the vote itself. So you can't have people in like a full stack just bully their way into guaranteeing the map that they want. So I really like that. They have a new mode to Overwatch 2 is Flashpoint, and so especially one big map, and then almost kind of like King of the Hill. So you just go to this map, capture it, secure it, go to the next map, and it's best of where you win 3, first to 3 wins. And so they added a new map to that pool, and then I believe the battle pass is like 8-bit theme, so they have this like really cool Reinhardt. Reinhardt is like one of the darlings as far as like getting cosmetics and stuff. Of course, they have a Kiriko skin, that 2 of their big ones. There's a G.I. Joe collaboration now. And I suppose they added 3 characters to Stadium: Sigma, Junkrat, and Zenyatta. And then I think midway through the season, they're adding Farah and then the new support hero. I think his name is like... So, personally, and maybe this is my hot take, I think that Overwatch 2 has always... and should be better than Rivals. I think that Rivals is following in Overwatch's footsteps as far as like, okay, this is how this should be built. I just think that one of the few things that I believe Microsoft, since acquiring all of these things that I've gotten right, is the Overwatch team. I think they've reprioritized in a great way. Like, hey, we're big story mode. We don't have, I guess, whatever they envisioned, they can't do. So now all the resources have been going toward making the multiplayer really, really good. As much as people want those single player things, honestly, if we would have gotten year, who will be playing it right now?
Yeah,
that's kind of the issue with a lot of games. A lot of these single player games are really, really great, but it's like, okay, how do we recoup? And then it's costing so much to make these games. So that's why I guess the issue with the Fortnites and these forever games is like, how do we convince people and make it worth it that we spend all this time on these single player modes? But as far as for me, I got into Overwatch for the multiplayer. I think it's you can kind of just hop in and play what you want. If you want to play 6v6 was like a big thing that people wanted back. It's back. You can play Stadium, so it's in a really, really great place, and it makes me more excited for the games like Marvel Rivals to still have that bit of competition and say, okay, like they're doing this now, I can do that, because they had it added hero bands. They admitted that was the thing that they pulled from Rival. So it was just it's nice to kind of see them being like, okay, well, we're still kind of the big boss dog, but come on, like we're gonna show you love. Like, thank you for being, competition. And a lot of people use a dead name way too often. Overwatch is still doing just fine numbers wise. So it's a nice time to, I think, be in the live service multiplayer world. I'm like, when I was a teen, I wish there was free games I could have played without paying Xbox. Listen, my dad was like, Xbox who? What? I already got you the Xbox. What do you mean? I got you the games, and so now I gotta pay $10 to get you to play this game online. So it to me, like, I get it. So yeah, that's my Overwatch 2 update.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm happy for the Overwatch fan base that we were able to move past all the kind of broken promises that Blizzard had from the launch of Overwatch 2 with, not launching the single player stuff and, all that. I do agree with you that Overwatch 2 is still the big dog compared to Marvel Rivals, even though, with the Marvel IP, that's
absolutely
big.
And it's not a guarantee either. We've had plenty of Marvel flops. So I'm really happy that they were able to get something that people will. I don't think Marvel Rivals is going anywhere anytime soon. We've definitely seen a lot of these competitor games. For example, Texas Chainsaw was really supposed to be the next DBD, and that's out of here.
That was depressing.
Yeah. Well,
so
NetEase and Disney both have tons of money, so I like to. Rivals isn't going anywhere. Granted, Microsoft and Blizzard do too, so this is going to be interesting to watch.
I'm kind of glad that Overwatch 2 is still thriving, because one of my gripes with when I started playing Overwatch 2, transitioning from 1 to 2, and when 2 first launched, I was like, this is kind of just 1.
Yes.
Just 5v5. So like I kind of just stopped playing it because I was like, well, there's no difference between the two at this time. But I'm glad new stuff's coming out, new modes and everything. I might download it again. I don't know.
They were talking about it's so interesting because tangibly they've added a lot of things to Overwatch 2 with the transition to whatever the new engine. It's just that when you take certain things away, then it kind of feels like you're not getting a fuller experience. For example, remember in Overwatch 1, at the end of the game, you have those cards that you could kind of vote or like give thumbs up. They're talking about bringing that back soon. Which again, for me, it's like it's not like I need it, but it's another social experience that we had. Just like with the loot boxes. Loot boxes are, I don't know.
I miss loot boxes.
They brought them back. They've been back for a while.
Oh no! I might go back for loot boxes.
No, listen. I'm like, and a good thing about them is you can get shop items too. So I've gotten a few stuff that's been in the shop just for free. So and for me, I'm like, okay, Xbox, you should be promoting two things. Halo Infinite is a much better spot than what it was when it launched. Overwatch 2 is in a much better spot than when it launched. And y'all don't talk about it. You have great games, and it's like you there's only so much that the community within it that's going to stick with it regardless can do as far as like getting the word out there that these things are happening. For example, the Halo just had the Hayabusa brought back into the Hayabusa helmet from Ninja Gaiden.
Nice.
It's like, why wasn't that at the Xbox showcase? That would have been hype. That would have been.
But y'all wanted to talk about dogs and Elder Scroll Online. Like, what do we do?
I was about to say, at this point, do you think they deserve Helldivers?
Well, I mean, the Halo folks has really been showing Helldivers, so I think in that aspect, I think it's get a lot of support because it reminds them of ODST. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm a big ODST apologist.
I love ODST too. So let's yeah, because I love that game.
Yeah,
I think it was great.
The music is just phenomenal.
It's amazing. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that in general, I think live service games are doing really, really well. Overwatch 2 is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of live service games doing well, Destiny 2 is, still thriving out here, y'all. Y'all can still get Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Why are you looking like this?
Is that one of those games where it's like people online say one thing, but when you play the game?
Yes. Yes.
Because I hear so much about Destiny 2, and it's like, they're still supporting it, so it can't be.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still tons of people playing it, and they're probably going to go back to supporting it since, the trouble that's going on with Marathon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta say Marathon, y'all.
Not, like, again, for me, because I feel like we're all pretty objective here, and just like all of the big three have their own individual issues. As far as like things going on, things that they be doing better. That Marathon business was insane. How do you just you can't, how do you recover? You have to go back and do it again. You just have to. And that, I don't know how long that's going to take.
Yeah, I'm sure Sony is not in trouble, but they have I think this is Sony overreacting to some sort of like peer pressure, because everybody looks at PlayStation and they're the movie game machine. All their games are just playable movies. All their games are just 90% cutscene. All their games are third person Nathan Drake. I'm a white guy with a tan shirt.
They do it right. Okay, like, we're gonna give you a great story. It's gonna look good, and we're gonna look at the best games on the market and be inspired by those games. We know this is good gameplay.
Yeah,
this is our version of it. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. In most cases, but you're gonna get a damn good story, and I think that. That was supposed to be Perfect Dark. It was supposed to be Perfect Dark, and that's the difference.
We were so close.
That's the difference.
We were too close. It's like we flew into the sun like Icarus. That's what happened. We flew too close to the sun and got our wings burned off.
I can tell we're all biting at the bit to talk about Xbox. So let's get to it. But first, let me remind y'all that you can send us your questions to questions@realgameclick.com. We'll talk about anything that you want as long as you hit us up at questions@realgameclick.com. You don't like emailing? Too much typing? You can find us on your social media platforms. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky. All those at Real Game Click. If it's social media, we're probably there at Real Game Click. If you're listening and not watching, you can find us on youtube.com/@RealGameClick. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our podcast episodes or IRL content. If you're watching and not listening, you can find us on your favorite podcast platform. Search for Game Click. We're the ones with the blue icon. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you like to listen to people talk. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back, and we're going to take Xbox to task. Don't go anywhere. And we're talking about our main topic, corporations and why they suck.
Oh,
What?
came on a little bit strong there.
But
That's usually what I would say, but go ahead.
I feel so the reason why this episode is a little personal for me is because I've been spending the past month really singing up the game industry, and I'm trying to like convince a lot of people to get into the game industry, and like there's jobs here and there's money here if you're like good at what you do. And then Xbox lays off 9,000 people. Now you're making me a liar.
I was trying not to laugh.
I'm not happy.
That is an egregious number.
9,000.
What are we doing?
That's like, do you even have anybody left? Like,
9,000 people. 3 studios that I
Insane.
know of.
Right, because there's still fallout happening from this.
There's still. I got a friend.
No pun intended. Even though they announced that they're working on Fallout games.
I got a friend
yeah.
that works for Microsoft. He doesn't work for the game division. He doesn't work for Xbox, but he works for Microsoft, and he said there's murmurs that there's going to be a second wave. So
Ain't nobody surviving.
yeah, hope it didn't dime you out. Gotta give me some inside news. But anyway, I figured it would be good to like really get a bird's eye view of all this Xbox business. When did this start? Why is this happening? And what's going on? So I kind of tried to compile a timeline of Xbox's when I believe they started on this whole acquisition spree.
Mhm.
Because Microsoft has been like buying people up since like the 80s. Like I pulled up a bunch of research, and they've been acquiring companies like crazy. Like I didn't know Microsoft owned LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh.
Yes, they
know
buy
that.
everything and make it worse a little bit
In areas, yeah.
in areas depending on what it is. But it's focusing specifically on Xbox. The first big event that I pulled up was June 2018, where they acquired Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, Compulsion Games, and Playground Games.
They bought Ninja
Mhm.
Theory.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can you repeat the
Mhm.
date again, please?
June 2018. So this was after they released Hellblade, the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say something significant came out
Mhm.
around that time.
Yeah, they released Hellblade, and Microsoft was like, "Whoops, snatch you up."
Yeah, right.
I'll be taking that.
Literally.
One of those. Undead Labs, they make the State of Decay series.
Yeah.
Compulsion Games, they made South of Midnight. Before that, Contrast, We Happy Few, couple other games.
That game wasn't that good either.
It was not.
Yeah.
Not happy about that one. And
Yeah.
Playground Games that makes the Forza Horizon series, and they're now working on the new Fable.
I would say that's a good that's been a good one.
Yeah.
Acquisition.
November 2018, the same year, they bought In Exile Entertainment and Obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did a lot in 2018.
Yeah, they did. They got to spend that money. In June 2019, they bought Double Fine. That's the makers of Psychonauts 1 and 2, Brutal
Psychonauts,
Legend.
What are they up to?
They were about to release, what's the name of the game? The Lighthouse game they showed off at Summer Game Fest. Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, smaller, little funky game. I'm actually a little interested in it. That's the only Double Fine's kind of pace. They normally do like 1 or 2 smaller games before they do their tentpole title.
Okay.
Yeah, like they did Psychonauts 1 and then they did like Stacking and a bunch of the smaller games. Then they did Brutal Legend. Then they did a couple smaller games. Yeah. ZeniMax in September 2020. That was a big D. We talked about a little big one. December 2020. This is what we talked about a little bit before the show that I didn't even know this happened until I did a little research on it. They bought Smash.gg.
Yeah.
Which for people who aren't in like the tournament, the esports realm, that Smash.gg is like the go-to site to use for like registrations and managing your tournament brackets if you're like a tournament organizer.
Super popular tournament organizer site.
You know what Sony did the year after? Buy Evo.
Do you think that's...
Oh, you know what?
They did, yeah.
If
that is so petty.
I guarantee you that's linked. That is definitely linked.
Conspiracy theory.
Since you want to do tournaments.
Wow.
I mean, that's really been this last decade, really just people grabbing what they can. Of course, it's a conversation. And then when people talk about acquisitions, it's like, oh, well, Microsoft's just barging in and saying this, all these companies were up for sale, essentially. And it's always that debate where there's like, clearly they weren't good enough on their own to sustain. So it's like, okay, they had to make a decision to be sold. Who would have been the best fit for them? It's always like a conversation. But for me, I kind of, and I suppose that's what we're doing here now. Okay, well, as a consumer, as a gamer, how does this affect us? What are our thoughts on it? And for me, it's just like going through this list that we have already. It's just like, I think it sucks. Yeah, especially the timing of when a lot pre-pandemic acquisitions, we had mid-pandemic acquisitions, and your studios at the time already kind of are struggling with this now mandate that you have to release your games on. At that time, it was Series X, Series S, Xbox One, and all those tiers, and now you have PC. You must be day one PC releases. That's a lot. Yeah. And I think that it's finally like showing like it, while they have a great vision, like what Xbox is doing as far as like accessibility in their games and stuff goes, you're kind of putting a lot on your developer plate and it's starting to crumble. Again, you kind of saw the effects of that with Halo Infinite, and it's just kind of like you wanted to push out a Halo game for the Series X launch, and it just wasn't ready. You didn't have to show us anything. Nintendo isn't forcing out a Mario game for the Switch too. People can criticize, but I'd rather the criticism be, oh, these games aren't ready yet, than, okay, we got this game and it's not coming out. Or you announce a game that we really want and you cancel it. So.
And that's the difference with Nintendo and Microsoft. Nintendo is always ready, so they don't ever have to get ready.
Yes.
That's the difference between Nintendo and literally everybody else.
Yeah, you can see that Nintendo, not saying that the other companies don't do that, but Nintendo plans so far in the future, and you can see that like from the outside looking in. Like they have their game schedule stretches like 5 years.
If not longer, probably. Yep. Honestly, it's probably longer.
I believe Mario Kart World was going to be the Switch 1 Mario Kart. But again, it's just like, okay, if we can't fulfill this vision on this device, we're not going to, one, tell the developers to downsize and change their vision or not. Two, it's just kind of like, okay, well, we know we're going to have another continue to update. 8 is like one of the best-selling games of all time. 8 Deluxe. Bonkers. Yeah. Don't know how. No, I don't know how. I love 8. I have like thousands of.
8 is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, 8 got me through deployment. It was such a good time. But yeah, you just kind of take the game that you wanted to have, and just okay, we slide it over to the right a little bit. Now we have this launch, and yeah, the Nintendo have a list of criticisms, but
I think that was also the case with I'm not too sure, but I think that was the case with Metro 4 as well. They were like, nah, let's just put it on Switch 2.
Why rush? If it, especially since we know, for the most part, we know the Nintendo franchise is going to get great games.
Oh yeah.
We don't expect, which is I don't know if it's a what's the word? Like, so I would say some Nintendo has a lot of mid games. They do, and not every game is just a blockbuster, Breath of the Wild. But like when you get those games, it's like, wow, and it's like
it blows you away. Yeah,
I think one thing.
And so
I was about to say, I think one thing you can't argue about Nintendo games is whether they're like great or not. There's always a quality there.
Yeah,
like you're never going to get anything that's like out of. I can't even really name of a Nintendo game that's a buggy mess or like.
You're not going to get like a Redfall.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
another acquire game that was like, whoa, what are we doing?
Yeah. So let's talk about the big one. The huge one is coming up January 2022, even though they were working on it way before then. But this is when it was finalized.
Yeah.
Microsoft bought Activision / Blizzard. And that
was crazy.
Woof. I mean, that included freaking Arcane. Wait.
You think about World of Warcraft?
ZeniMax.
Right.
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax.
I thought you were naming the games that he said.
I was trying to think of the studios that's included, but Activision had Toys for Bob, Visceral,
all the Call of Duty,
all the Call of Duty devs, Sledgehammer, freaking
Candy Crush.
Yes, King Games. King Games is owned by Blizzard.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
So hold on, let me pull this up.
No, that would make sense though.
Blizzard. All right. So Activision Blizzard, King. Freaking. Why isn't it not just listed? You're making me look crazy.
Extra difficult for you.
Corporate structure. All right, here we go. Activision Shanghai Studio, Beanox. They were the originators of the Activision Spider-Man series, Crash Team Racing. They also did some Call of Duty work. High Moon Studios. They made that Transformers series that was really dope.
Yeah.
Escape from Cybertron or whatever. War on Cybertron. Yeah. Infinity Ward, Ravensoft, Sledgehammer Games, Treyarch, all Call of Duty.
Jeez.
Yeah. King Publishing and a bunch of Blizzard had 3 different divisions. So big purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got confused with ZeniMax, which included the Bethesda id.
That's Bethesda, yeah. Because they have a location out here too. They have 2 locations out here.
So then the bad news came May 2024. After Redfall dropped, they decided to close down Arcane Austin, the makers of Redfall, even though they were also the makers of what? Arcane Austin made Prey, right? Am I tripping?
They made Dishonored, didn't they too?
Dishonored 1 and 2.
They made Dishonored. I don't know if they made Prey, but they made Dishonored.
Why don't I already have this up?
Yes. Looks like Prey, Dishonored, Redfall, Deathloop.
Hey man, look.
They made Deathloop. I thought there was
maybe it was something that someone.
No, I think you're right. Wait a minute. Maybe somebody.
So that's why I'm looking.
All right. Well, while you look up that, so they May 2024 they shut down Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, which really confused a lot of people because they had just released that rhythm action fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I have it like right in front of me.
What is the name of that game?
It's literally Space Channel 5, but for Zoomers.
Channel 5 for Zoomers.
Oh my God, I can't think of it.
Hi-Fi
It is
Rush.
though. That's what
Hi-Fi
it
Rush.
is. Hi-Fi Rush, yeah. Space Channel 5 for
Yes.
Zoomers.
Oh yeah, they did
I have
Ghostwire
never heard-
Tokyo too.
I've never heard anybody explain it that way, but it makes sense.
That was my thoughts. So
And Alpha Dog Studio, Alpha Dog Games, which I think made the mobile Doom game.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this past week, they closed down the initiative, which they just formed up to make Perfect Dark. Didn't even get a chance.
They didn't even get a chance. Yeah, they didn't even get a chance. They was like, you know what, forget it.
And
they had so many.
They saw into the future.
Boss dogs. So God. And again, that's kind of the issue with just you can't just get talent by name, like who they are, to make a good product.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you just need one leader, then get a bunch of talent. Yeah, that's embarrassing. I think I said that on Twitter. That's just very embarrassing because the whole reason why a lot of what Microsoft and Xbox have been doing has been very reaction. In the Xbox One era, it was like, oh, well, Xbox has a game. Okay, so we're going to acquire all these studios. Why are you acquiring all these studios? You should be making studios from the ground up. So they start to try to make a studio from the ground up, and clearly, again, money and just throwing people at things. You have to know how to develop a studio and nurture it. And it just kind of shows that I think Xbox is capable of doing it, but if you're not truly in it, like Nintendo is all gaming. So it's like that is their thing. Microsoft, worth trillions of dollars for a reason. They're over so many different things. You have to, the Xbox has to be ran like a game company. It has to be.
And that part of Microsoft is just not, though. It's not ran. Yeah, it's not ran like that. It's ran like any other part of Microsoft.
Yeah, I think we have to keep in mind that Microsoft is a $1 trillion organization, and Xbox accounts for like this much of it. Like majority of Microsoft's money is Windows. It's their integration with PC. It's their government and military contracts. Xbox is a hobby to those guys.
Like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
But it's a hobby that they've been doing for like a decade or more.
Yeah.
It's like at this point you should know how to treat it. And I think you guys are still treating it like you made it yesterday.
I think that, like, unfortunately, when you acquire, there's a lot of redundancy. So naturally, there are going to be a lot of layoffs and things just kind of being. So I just, when does that stop? Like, when do you get to a point where you're not bleeding anymore? Because until then, the public is just going to look at it and say, okay, like, you got all studios and you don't know what you're doing, even if it is just the way things work. So I'm not sure what they do in the interim. I think otherwise Xbox has been having a really great year. Which it's just sad because it's like you have this momentum where it's just like, okay, well, PlayStation isn't really out much game. We have the Switch 2, yes, but like you're getting the Switch 2 for Mario Kart World. Okay, that's not. I mean, it's good. Obviously, the Switch is games that were coming out. Game Pass it's still having a very stellar year. It feels bad because, especially with this social media age, get to see the reactions from developers. Whereas, 20 years ago, if there was a studio closure, we as gamers we didn't necessarily care. Unless
it would just be in Game Informer.
Yeah, Game Informer. Okay, a little blip.
A little thing Game Informer. Oh, never mind. It's a cheat code for Lara Croft.
Yeah. With social media, it's like these what would be a smaller story back then. Now it's like this big thing where it's just like, okay, every negative thing is it kind of, and I'm happy that we're the importance of treating your people well, because none of this happens without developers. But at the same time, I try to reel back and just be like, okay, well, it is a business. It's always been a business. I know that people like to say games don't have soul anymore. It's just like, no, they were trying to get your, like we said earlier, they were trying to get Xbox Live back in Halo 3, where you had to pay for the map packs and you had to do this, that, and the third.
Yep.
So it's a give and take as far as like monetization goes. But I don't know. They have to do something. I don't know. They gotta do something.
I think Xbox needs to do something to win back
together.
faith, because right now that Xbox brand, it is the worst that the Xbox brand I think has ever looked from a consumer standpoint, and that says a lot because the Xbox One really destroyed everything that they built. Like that launch of the Xbox One, I didn't know they were going to recover from it, from the forcing people to have Connect, forcing people to be online, forcing people to the DRM stuff.
$100 more than the competition.
Yes.
Why? If anything, like, to me, I was like, okay, if anything that would have kept them in, like, low. I think the Xbox One was a bad generation as far as like, flops and failures. I don't think it was a failure at all. I'm like, bro, like, y'all really was on y'all's. That was really smelling yourself.
Yes.
$500.
Yeah.
And the PS4 was $100 cheaper, and it ran games better. What are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, I get it. DRM aside, this, that, and the third. Average gamer didn't really care. But when they got to the store, 500 versus 400, and this thing doesn't have a camera attached to it. It sells itself, and that's the worst generation to lose, because now people, they don't want to lose their digital libraries and lose my PS4 games.
Yeah, exactly.
So outside of the studios that were completely closed, there were still a ton of studios that got hit hard by the layoffs, and there's some games that got canceled. Ravensoft, I think I've seen like close to 50% of their workforce. Turn 10, that was completely shut down. Those are the people who made Forza Motorsport, not Forza Horizon. Also, apparently they were working on a Forza Motorsport that got canceled.
They were, yeah.
Rare.
Well,
my Banjo-Kazooie.
No, Conquer, bad birthday.
My Banjo. What am I supposed to do?
Didn't one of the longtime folks at Rare leave?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think right before the layoffs happened, he stepped down.
Oh, he knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Rare is an interesting situation because because Everwild got canceled, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, Rare has been on this whole, we're not new stuff and we want to do the third. At some point, again, I get, being hands off with your studio, being like, oh, I want to let them do this stuff. Somebody that's got, hey, this is what we're doing. This, make the banjo.
Yes.
Just make Banjo-Kazooie.
Because we tried, the Everwild was cool. I was going to give it a shot. We didn't see anything from that game. CGI, that's it. What were y'all doing in that time and those resources? You could have given people what they wanted.
Yeah, so. And when people think of Rare, they're not thinking of new things. They're thinking of the old things. You could have just, like the Rare collection, I know came out.
Yes.
Whatever. Y'all could have just made remasters of those Rare games. That's it.
Also, like, I do like the what's it, Sea of Thieves? I kind of like that became really its own real big thing. But again, on top of that, I think that they should be servicing their existing fans.
Yeah.
And if you want to do something new on the side, make it smaller so that you don't have these just these bloated projects that you want to do, and then nothing ever.
Yeah, I think the closest that we got to seeing an old school revival of Rare was the ports of GoldenEye. And even that like kind of like fell with a thud. That came out and
Yeah.
excitement died the day later.
Was it like a shadow drop or something?
Yeah,
like
it was
that?
it was a shadow drop, but it was really weird where only the Switch version had online multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That's
hello?
definitely a choice.
What's happening?
Yeah, I think it was something a part of the agreement where Nintendo owned the rights or something to the GoldenEye game. In order for Xbox to be able to get it, Nintendo was like, well, you got to give us the online multiplayer for nobody to play on.
Yeah, literally. Nintendo knew what they was doing.
Right. No, you can have it, but good luck, idiot. Rare got hit. The initiative, like we said earlier, got shut down. High Moon got hit. Sledgehammer Games got hit. Blizzard, and Blizzard had to cancel support for a mobile Warcraft game, Warcraft Rumble. Not familiar with it.
I don't know anything about that.
Listen, that ain't my John.
Yeah. Halo Studios got hit. Who knows what they make or what we're working on. Romero Games. So here's there's no
That was crazy. That was crazy. But okay, go ahead. My bad.
It took me a while. I was
Halo
like,
Studios? I don't know.
loading.
Yeah. I ain't never heard of them boys, but all right.
You know how your progress bar gets like stuck like right at the end?
Yeah.
Like move, go. Oh, I missed the PS2 era of gaming. Oh.
So Romero,
Bring back cool loading screens. I'm sorry.
What?
Bring back cool loading screens.
Games don't load.
That should be an episode. Let's have an episode of our favorite loading screen.
No, that would be so great.
Let's just have like a filler episode of our favorite loading screen.
I'm making a note of that.
No, because like the Halo 3 loading screen, you load into a campaign, but the ring it kind of just like forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's happening? Do it. Sorry.
I like loading screens. We're about to get off track, but I like loading screens where you get to do things while the game's loading.
Yeah, the interactive loading screens.
Like Assassin's Creed, where you're just like running around the void, or like.
I think Gex had something like that too. I'm pretty sure Gex had interactive loading screen.
Yes, Dragon Ball, Budokai. The Budokai games, they had like a different loading screen.
Yeah.
And there's way more loading screens in current gen than there are. Obviously, that not all of them. But no, I just like clever ways to add personality to. So yeah. Anyway,
we'll put a pin in that. But Romero Games, this was interesting. So John Romero apparently was working on a game, and it was heavily funded by Xbox. This is not confirmed because it wasn't listed under the studios hit by Xbox, but he came out on Twitter, and coincidentally, the day that the layoffs were happening, said that he canceled the project. So a lot of people are insinuating like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Was Xbox like low-key trying to get the next John Romero game? But we'll never know.
I'm kind of like in between on game cancellations because for me, for example, unfortunately it didn't seem like Perfect Dark was gonna be good, especially if what we learned that what we saw wasn't even really gameplay. So and again with Everwild, like it didn't show me anything, so it's hard for me to miss games that I can't even really tangibly get a grasp of. Especially games we don't know about. It just does suck because I think Microsoft is no stranger to making bad decisions about good games and canceling games that could have really had, or not supporting those games, and then Sony coming in and being like, okay, well, we'll take it. that apparently that was the thing with Spider-Man. The
That's
big rumor with Spider-Man.
exactly, yeah.
Where it was like, oh yeah, no, Spider-Man's a system seller.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It literally
It's a
is,
system
yeah.
seller.
Uh,
Yeah, even with like I would say the original Titanfall, good, cool idea to support, but they just I don't know the decisions that they make at times befuddles me. So that's my only thing where I wonder if some of these games would be good, but the bad games I'm
they
not
pushing
listening to
them.
those.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
They
they're still
pushing
pushing.
them. I think Microsoft at one point, I cannot remember the year.
Mhm.
I'm so foggy on the details. I think they were working with Platinum Games at the time
Mhm.
to
Mm,
make an action RPG. Is this
yeah,
kid? He looked exactly like
Scalebound.
Nero from Devil May Cry, and he like controlled the dragon or something like that.
Scalebound.
Yes, Scalebound.
Yes,
Mm.
I'm
That's
so excited for it. And
Mm.
I wish Sony would have picked that up. I wish Sony would have picked that up.
I believe
And
so.
I'm just so mad that never came out.
I feel like that was one of those internal studio situations where it's like
Yeah.
either wasn't at fault, but again, it's kind of like I think Microsoft and Xbox has the power to push through whatever the crap is. I think certain things
Mhm.
are worth getting out the door because we could have been on a Scalebound 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know.
That
It's just
still upsets
sad.
me to this day. Like, we gotta save Scalebound. How can we? Where's the
We got to
petition
sign a petition.
for Scalebound? Where Platinum Games at? I know they doing something right now.
But
Right.
to
Um,
to go back to your point, Lendrix, on not to defend Xbox, but there could be some stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about in regards to like the progress of a lot of these games and what's going on. I like to point to EA and their decision to cancel that Black Panther game that they were working
Yeah, why
on.
did
yeah.
they? Why?
Well, apparently,
Is it like a progress thing?
yes. So reports that
Okay.
came out that the game was still in pre-development. They had not even started actually working on the game. They were still in the planning phase, and they announced that they were working on a game. What, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Mm.
And
That's too much money being spent.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So even though I wanted that game so bad, totally understand that business decision, but yeah, we outside of a few instances here, we
But
don't
you
know
can't say that with like the Perfect Dark thing,
for
because
sure.
like we said, like they just didn't even try.
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. Forget Perfect Dark.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like that with some games,
Mm-hmm.
yes, where they're not showing any progress or kind of like the Everwild thing, So, but I think with other decisions that they're making, it's just they just trying to save a buck and they're just trying to pump out what was done. They don't care if it's a buggy mess or terrible. They just put it out there. Somebody will buy it.
So can we talk about you brought up a good point with companies wanting to save a buck? Because I wanted to talk about the change in. I'm really about to sound naive when I say this, but the change in morality in corporations. Like, yes, corporations have always been like giving people the ick and been super evil or whatever. But it really feels like now more than ever that corporations are trying to like min-max profits, where Microsoft is still making money hand over fist, and yet they just laid off 9,000 people. And it's not just exclusive to Microsoft or exclusive to the video game industry. We're all, well, I think we're all like big wrestling fans. WWE just got purchased by TKO and a huge landmark deal, made a bunch of money, and they're still laying off wrestlers and staff at the same tick. They're still making budget cuts. What is going on where these companies are just trying to literally nickel and dime every single bit of profit they can get?
I mean, I think again, not to defend corporations, but I do think the economy is just insane right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even just from again, like from my bubble, everything is expensive.
Yeah.
It costs $100 to go outside. What am I doing? And I'm in California. On one end, it's like a lot things cost a lot of money. As far as even if you talk about the price of games, the price of games have been pretty stable for a while. I personally believe that like everything else, game price should be flexible. I understand there's like a standard, but I'm not paying the same price for Grand Theft Auto 6 as I'm paying for Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
I can't justify those things. So if be dynamic and actually offer, I think that what a lot of gamers are getting burned out of. Okay, we're asking for more of me and product. People feel like a lot of the live service games offer less, even though you get free access to the game. It's like, okay, what you're basically kind of like forcing me into the store, and now you're incentivizing me to spend more money than what we would if I just bought the game for $60. So I don't know what like the core issue is. Obviously, I do think that they do profit, but I do think they're also struggling to take care of the people that are underneath them, and so they feel like the way to do that is to have less people under. Which again, fine, but why even looking at studios? Point, stop the acquisition, stop the bleeding, and then just operate. It's okay. I think Xbox has enough things. You have enough things to where, I mean, Call of Duty alone,
Yeah.
it brings in so much money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like your point on paying for Grand Theft Auto 6 versus paying for Mario Kart 8, because I definitely feel like you are paying for separate experiences, so they should be priced differently for those separate experiences. And that's what I like about Expedition 33. Because yes, it's not a multiplayer game. It's only a single player. But for $49.99, that's the best single player game you're gonna play.
it's quality.
Like, it's literally quality over anything else. So that's just, I like that. What was the studio that did Expedition? I keep forgetting their name. Sandfall. I do like their decision on that with the pricing and what they added to the game. It's so much side content in that game. I don't ever feel like I'm gonna finish it.
So yeah, it doesn't usually, like a lot of people's talking points is how short it is compared to most RPGs and JRPGs. It's a beefy boy if you really want to kind of 100% it.
You skip everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's short if you're just literally doing the story. Like, yeah, it's short. But if you're taking advantage of the side content, the side stories and things like that, it's not a short game. Longer than most RPGs.
Well, you know, the average gamer don't even beat games, much rather.
Damn.
Oh, that's true.
Must then like actually get into the meat of the core and like the side experiences and replayability. Which, I mean, who knows what the reason? I mean, there's so many different games to play, so many games competing for your time now. It's like,
yes,
you gotta beat this, play this game, buy this battle pass. Oh, guess what? You have to beat this, do the battle pass, and you kind of have to play a little bit to progress that battle pass. And
that is literally a time thing, and that's why I had to drop the MMO version of Final Fantasy. It's taking up too much of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that just inherently affects sales for different types of games. Okay, well, if I can log in and play my Fortnite within 5 hours of my day, I can, or 5 hours of the week, I get an hour, Monday through Friday. Average gamer, I'm just playing that. I don't have time to buy this new cool game, Expedition 33, and spend time in it every single day, which goes to show like, how does gaming fit in our lives, I guess, especially as we get older.
A little bit depressing when you think about it, because it's like some of us work like 40, 60 hours a week. We don't have time to play games like this and experience games like this. Like, I'm lucky to even play Expedition 33 once a week.
Like
and
the
then when
people who
I
can,
am, I'm on it for like 10 hours because I
you
have to
gotta
savor every moment, every feeling, and like everything. That's why I'm still
stop it
doing a
up.
lot of, yeah, like,
You gotta stop it up. It's like
I have to.
it's like the new age gamers don't have enough money really to buy. They're going to the live service, and then us, the kind of the older generation who can afford the game, we don't have
Yeah.
time
That
to play
money, and I don't have
everything.
to
Just
ask my
like,
mom to go to the GameStop. I can buy my own game, but I
Mhm.
don't have time to play. I have so many JRPGs that I just rebought from my PS4 to my
Mhm.
Steam that I thought I was gonna have time to replay. No.
Which is why I think
Then.
that the mobilization of gaming, of AAA gaming, is really, really good, because while I'm on the subway, I can play this really quality game on the Switch or Steam Deck or these different
Yeah.
things. And why I believe Game Pass, I think, has a place in gaming, where it's like, okay, like, I'm interested in this game. If Microsoft wants to pay them the difference for putting it on there, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I can play this game. I can play it on the. I don't have to download it. I can play it on the cloud. If I get a mobile device, I could just play it on there. So I
Yeah,
think
like I'm
that
test driving the game.
mhm. um so I do think that's like the give and take. Game Pass is still really good. It's just
Game
none of
Pass.
this feels good in the midst to make it happen.
Yeah.
Can we park on Game Pass for a second? Because I do want to talk about that. It's been a long, ever since Game Pass's inception, a long argument about is Game Pass good for the industry?
Yes.
Is
Not gonna think about it. Yes. If you don't agree
Hey,
with me, you're wrong.
well, shit, we know what Candy Moon would say. Can this be blamed on Game Pass? All these layoffs, all of these studios getting shut down, Xbox's mismanagement of obviously whatever the hell is going on over there. I agree with you. I think people, a lot of the slander for Game Pass comes from tribalism. There's a lot of people who are loyal to Sony, who are loyal to PC, who don't want to see Game Pass succeed because they don't want to see Xbox succeed. But this is not we're not just talking about gaming here. This is just the way media consumption is going. Like these same arguments aren't brought up with Netflix. Like when Netflix came out, nobody said, "Oh, Hollywood's going to go out of business." Though when Spotify came, well, I guess the conversation did
well,
kind of
I was
happen
just
with
saying.
Spotify.
Well, I
They
mean,
predicted
that was
was
already.
gonna go out of business, and it
I mean,
did.
the music industry was already from
And yeah, Spotify
LimeWire,
kind of messed everything up.
and so Spotify was more so of like the temporary fix. We just haven't found a way around that. And I believe Game Pass, in a way, is like a middle ground between the, I don't know, I guess the bloating of a lot of. Well, for me, Game Pass is an idea to help them. In my opinion, was spawned from them needing to compete with Sony and offer something. So,
Yeah.
okay, like we're midway through this Xbox One generation. How can we do this thing? And everyone had been about wanting a Netflix of games anyway. So, great idea. I just think that on top of everything else, I mean, it's part of the brand, so people are going to lash out at it as an excuse. But I think even without Game Pass, when you acquire this much talent under one umbrella, this is just kind of like nature of the business. And not justifying it, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. I mean, maybe what those 9,000 people go 8,000. A lot of those, again, are not just from the gaming division. It's Microsoft wide.
Yes.
So I don't even know how many employees is Microsoft.
I don't think it's Game Pass's fault. It's just like a coping mechanism because Game Pass is the closest thing to blame. Like, I get it. You think that is the downfall because these studios, these people, developers are not getting paid enough through Game Pass because whatever Microsoft pays them the difference is not enough. Now, my favorite part about this is that Arcane Studio guy having something to say about it, because it's like, good well, nobody was playing your games before that, and Game Pass was a way to introduce your games to these people, because
no shade.
Redfall.
No shade.
So,
because
like,
Redfall was in development before they got acquired, and what I read about it was that it was already kind of like, we don't know, but Microsoft was like, okay, well, this you had this on your list, so get it out. See you then. Which is, again, you can't be that disconnected from your studio. Like, check in.
Yeah.
That trailer, that opening trailer, I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. I see the game, I'm like,
then you play the game,
what the hell? So Microsoft has 228,000 people worldwide, employees. So 9,000 of those, like, again, it's significant, but to them it's like, okay,
it's nothing. Yeah, they're gonna hire another 9,000.
Man, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, this has been a theme in the whole episode of all of us like barely remembering what we want to say. But there was a sequel to this game that wasn't even really popular. I can't even remember the name of it. It was a first-person survival game. Damn it, what is it called?
First person.
But
first person.
Yeah, it's a first-person survival game.
Did it have tank controls?
No,
Well, then I don't know it. I don't know what it is. Then
it came out this year. Something Strange Planet. Hold on, I can figure it out. Strange Planet. No, that wasn't good enough. I'm not getting my results.
Okay.
But
in first-person survival horror game,
Journey to the Savage Planet. Journey.
The hell is that?
To the Savage Planet sequel. Revenge of the Savage Planet. That's what it's called. So that guy put out a.
He on Game Pass too?
Yeah, that was on Game Pass.
Okay.
That person tweeted out, like, blaming Game Pass for nobody playing this game or nobody buying the game, but the game was mid. The game was very mid. I can't. I'm gonna put a trailer on it. So yeah, that's where I was getting at with that joke.
And it's really like only those like people complaining about Game Pass. Like the people that made Lies of P, like, they're not a big established studio, but they're also not a small studio either. You ain't hear them complain about no damn Game Pass. I mean, granted, when they came out with the Lies of P DLC, they took it right off of Game Pass. It was like, yeah, you gotta buy the full game now. But still, like, that's
the smart way to do it.
That was literally the smartest way. Like, if you're gonna be on Game Pass, do that.
Like, get your audience, and then, okay, boom. I mean, we showed you some. Now I need to see some cash.
Yeah, pay up now. So.
I mean, Expedition 33 just sold 3.3 million on Game Pass day one. So
you don't see them complaining, and they French. You know, so what?
Exactly, they would have complained in a minute.
Because they would right to Microsoft with the guillotine. Guillotine. I don't know if I said.
We accept both.
Put them right there.
We accept both.
Hats and all.
But yeah, I don't think I like the Game Pass model, especially as a consumer. You will never hear me as a consumer complain about Game Pass because it's convenient for me. Like,
exactly.
I'm going to argue for my best benefit and for the consumer's best benefit. And if you don't adopt Xbox as a consumer, like, I don't understand. I don't see the negative behind it.
Right.
From a consumer.
I think people just, again, I think we have way too many armchair experts People just kind of want to, again, whatever makes a good headline. And because Xbox is already kind of, it's kind of like, oh, well, just can't get it right. But I think, again, every platform has their, even with Xbox kind of expanding itself and wanting to be like, oh, well, this is an Xbox. Like I get it, and it separates them. You know what I mean? So I just think this is them being third place, and they're kind of always going to be the almost kind of they treat Xbox like the middle child, but they're really kind of like the last child, the last baby.
Yeah.
So I think this just it's gonna follow Xbox for a while. Ultimately, I think that it'll be fine. But they still have to show up. They still have to show up.
All right.
So see.
So it's time. Lindrick and I, we're gonna be Phil Spencer. Candy, you could be Sarah Bond. We need to put our.
Why I gotta be Sarah Bond?
I mean, you could be Phil Spencer
Pierre.
if you want.
Whatever, I'll be Sarah Bond.
Wait, who? Because I want to be Pierre Hens.
Are you pitching your ideas to me?
Yeah, I want to be the guy. If you don't know, he is the studio head at Halo Studios.
Oh, okay. Well, Pierre sounds like a French name, so you already won.
Whatever. He's a black guy. Go ahead. He's a black guy.
He black. You already won.
Yeah. He saved the Master Chief Collection because again that was a huge blunder too.
I heard about that. That was not a good release.
What are we doing? I get ambitious. I get it. Who else can I want to? Who else can I be from Microsoft?
I changed my mind. I'm Master Chief now.
Master Chief.
Xbox leadership.
That's crazy.
We could both be Phil. Yeah, we could be Phil.
No. That booty. I want to hear what John got to say. That's not his name.
John says, I need a weapon. I need a weapon.
How do we save Xbox? What do we need to do to get Xbox back on track? To get back to those Xbox 360 days? Save the brand.
Oh, 360 days. Well, first off, you need to release a free 3-day trial for Phantasy Star.
Ooh.
Come out with another DOA game.
Ooh.
And a game as good as Halo 2, if not Halo 3.
Well,
that's it. That's what I remember from the 360 days. 360 days.
Bring back Mountain Dew Code Red. I don't know how.
Yeah. I remember the promotional things for the original Xbox where they had the girls dress up in like the Xbox outfits. Do that. That was cool. I like that. Because it was very that time. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you brought up Dead or Alive because Microsoft does own Team Ninja.
What they do with the Ninja Gaiden?
That's what. Yeah. They're making Ninja Gaiden. That's a Microsoft property.
Yeah, the 4 one. Yeah.
Yep.
4.
They're publishing it. I'm not sure if they own.
Let me
confirm. Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory, yes, but Team Ninja. Because that's the thing with the Hayabusa helmet. They don't own Ninja Gaiden IP. They're just kind of like licensed.
Yeah. Team Ninja was owned by somebody else, though. Or did Microsoft just buy them?
Listen, because that would be a good purchase.
No, actually, it would. It like that would save the company.
Oh damn! I am thinking of Ninja Theory. They're still owned by Koei Tecmo.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because I'm about to say if Microsoft owned Team Ninja, DOA alone would have saved the company. DOA 5 alone is $1,000 game.
DOA. We need to have a fighting game episode, clearly. because I love DOA as well. It's just the step back for me.
I love DOA. It's my favorite
I,
fighting game of all time. Like,
it's so smooth, it's so stylish. Just
and a lot
bring it
of
back home.
fighting games took from that Tekken 8 with the interactive
Mhm.
stages and all that. Tekken 8 had that. Harada wasn't thinking about that until he saw DOA 6. It was like,
He's
all
like, oh,
right,
fighting entertainment. Okay.
yeah, let me hell sweepify
um,
this. Like, what the?
listen, and Tekken 8 is gorgeous. I would say that because Microsoft is doing this whole unified experience thing, I think it would be really, really good if they finally dropped the online requirement for their games. Again, you can't be like, oh, Xbox and PC, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who has to pay to play online? PC
Yeah,
folks. Um, I think that would be a good way to bring in good faith for it. And again, it's like, what is this? If you want to move people to Game Pass and incentivize people for Game Pass, I like to have its own incentive. But I think we're past the day, especially if they want to do this unified ecosystem, make it free, because as of right now, it just feels like Xbox consoles are segmented.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been doing all this work on the PC, and we'll see next generation how that gap bridges, because apparently they're supposed to be having different stores on the new Xbox. Again, how can you have those stores on this new Xbox, have buying this game, but then I have to pay for the online? So was it
exactly.
Xbox game standard? It's like standard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get extra online. It's just, and even that is it's just a little confusing. So that, and then I forgot what else I was going to say, but I think that alone would be very, very big for them.
There was a while, I can't remember, I think it was a year or so ago, there were rumors going around that Xbox was going to drop some sort of like Roku-sized device
Yes.
where you can just plug it into your TV, you can pair an Xbox controller up to it, and you can play anything on the cloud, or you can play any Xbox game you own digitally or something like that.
That would be pretty cool, though.
They need to do that. I think that needs to happen.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Some sort of like sub $100 Xbox that's just cloud
Yeah,
only
just
or something like that, that you can really get those like casual guys to pick up.
Because they have the partnership with Samsung, I believe, right now. The app just comes with certain TVs. But again, to me, it's like great partnership, but where's the device?
Yes.
Because again, if I have my roommate come play this game, this and the third, if you buy this thing, I know you have PS5, but just hook it up to your TV. Now they're buying games on the Xbox store.
Yes.
So lots of different ways to get people into the ecosystem. But again, I just think even before that, imagine again paying for this thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, now you got to pay to play online." And what's happening?
Yeah.
So I think that would be really good for them.
What gaming wise, like their game schedule is so inconsistent. Like this past year, they had a really good year. Within a year, they ported Sea of Thieves and Forza to PlayStation. They dropped Indiana Jones on both consoles. They Avowed, or for better or for worse, if they dropped Avowed. Obsidian's gonna have a banger year with 3 games in a year. Avowed.
That's insane.
Yeah. Freaking Outer Worlds 2. I forget the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game. Grounded 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then,
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. But then, like, you look back 2 years before that, and it was kind of like drought.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out. One, I do think Xbox puts the cart before the horse a little bit in regards to game announcements. Like, they announced Gears of War E-Day, and it's been radio silence for 3 years. They announced Fable, and
but E-Day was last year, wasn't it?
Yes, you're right.
I feel like it was last, but I mean, but I understand, because it's like I thought this was next, and then now we're getting
Yes.
the remaster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, that Fable we've known for years, and we're still waiting on that. The Everwild announcement that turned into nothing. The Perfect Dark announcement that turned into nothing. I really think they need to get back to, here are the announcements for the calendar year. And then next year,
Yeah.
here are the announcements for this calendar year. Because, like, you're making all these promises that you're breaking, and you're only securing that bad rep that you've earned. You're only breaking that trust that you've already broken.
Mm-hmm.
So the further you announce these games further out, the more likely of that chance that you're going to break these promises. And they really got to fix that. I think that's easy.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Because imagine, to me, I was more excited for Perfect Dark than I was Fable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, imagine just them coming out and being like, "Oh, Fable." Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not coming out.
I mean, we still have no idea what Fable gameplay is. I mean, we're all assuming it's just going to be the traditional Fable
Like
gameplay.
the old
right.
Fable, yeah. It could be something completely different for all we know. Yeah.
Made by completely different people.
I mean, yeah. I do think the general public has a good rapport or a good standing with Playground games based off the Forza Horizon games. But again, this is a completely different type of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know that their marketing is just, it's very, very, very interesting when it comes to their games. I mean, when it comes to Mario Kart World, we kind of just learned most of it like a couple months before it came out, and then here you go. I don't. There's not much to. So, I think that you have a great point there.
Yeah.
Both pretty good points. I like the scheduling part because they do need to like map out an actual, like, here's some releases, you know, and actually stick to those releases instead of like what we talked about before, buying all these companies and then they're trying to make their own games and then you're giving them a deadline, and if they can't reach their deadline, if either getting out of the development stage or showing you anything, you just cancel them. Well, they already announced that they were going to make this game. So maybe kind of wait, you know, a little bit before you go to canceling things.
I think sometimes they get too caught up in the whole like, oh, especially at the Xbox showcase. It's like you're having to like prove yourself, or you're doing too much. It's just like if Sony wants to kind of have a Summer Games Fest, they're gonna have a little something. They're not gonna nothing that, hey, this year we don't. That it doesn't really affect them. And I think maybe it's a more of like an American company type thing where it's a double-edged sword to be reactionary to what people are saying.
Yeah.
But Nintendo doesn't care.
They do not care.
Oh, you don't care about the price of this game? There was like this patch or the exploit in Mario Kart World where I have been plenty of certain online things. They patched it right on out. So you're gonna play the game the way that we play it. And I think that it would be nice to have Microsoft in certain ways that kind of like tenacity about their own games.
Yeah.
Do you think, and I think I hate to always err on the side of negativity, but again, I don't know if Kojima got me on the dark side or not. Does the Xbox front office, the way we know it now with Phil, with Sarah, does that survive another year? Because under their watch, Xbox has been very tumultuous. Like, I understand they inherited a very tumultuous brand, but they've been having a lot of trouble steering the ship in the right direction.
Well, they bit off more they can chew, and unlike you know, they're not Will Smith, they just can't chew it, so they gotta just kind of, you know, like they. I had to get that.
That's an inside joke, y'all.
Yeah. Go to Will Smith's Instagram. But no,
It's
like
like
seriously, it's just they're taking on more than I guess what they could handle in
Mhm.
these past
Yeah.
years, and it's like it's getting too much.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like they're trying to fight back, and in reality, they could just sit back and nurture what they have.
Mhm.
Um,
They can just
again,
stay in
this
their own lane.
so
Mhm.
much talent that they have right now, and so it's almost like they've been in this loop of transitions. Every
Mhm.
time they acquire something, they have to go through a transition, and it's all public
Mhm.
because again, these
Mhm.
are huge acquisitions that relatively and the general public didn't ask.
Mhm.
I would say an acquisition that I think people would be like, oh, okay. Like if Sony would acquire Square Enix, I think people would be like, okay, cool, got it. They've worked
Yeah,
together.
well, yeah.
Um, but all these high profile acquisitions that kind of leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths already.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think they really have to get out of this transition period, and maybe that is having people kind of usurp them. It's like get other faces in front. I think Sarah Bond is doing a really say her
Mhm.
specifically, but I think um for example, I kind of liked when Major Nelson kind of stepped down
Yeah.
because as cool as he was, it's like okay, like he represents a certain era,
Mhm.
and that was one of my main things about this transition from Xbox One to Xbox Series was to me, I wanted them to drop Xbox One completely, like leave that
Yes.
back there.
Mhm.
I understand during the pandemic, it was like, okay, well, we can't make as many consoles and we need to service those people. That's money on the table. But I think even still, even with just with the dashboard saying you're not separating yourself from these decisions, and then now the PR is just not looking good,
Mhm.
and it's just
Yeah.
not looking good. So they have to make a fine cut in the sand at some point. And I think that's the biggest thing that they do. It's like just separate yourself.
Right.
So I may be biased. I think out of all the acquisitions they made, because you bring up a good point that the acquisitions left a lot of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because they feel so out of nowhere. They feel like these big corporate decisions versus Sony acquiring Square Enix, someone they naturally had a partnership with for a long, long
Mm.
time. Or if Sony were to acquire, I don't know, Kojima um, Productions. Um, Out of the acquisitions that Microsoft has done over the past decade, I think Double Fine might be the one that truly has goodwill. Smaller studio, historically has had financial issues. Psychonauts 2 is a miracle that we've even seen it released, and Microsoft acquiring Double Fine and giving them that funding was one of the main reasons we even seen Psychonauts 2. And I think they need to lean into that. Microsoft has an identity issue. They have no mascots, and I know Sony probably has the same issue too, where all their mascots are just like middle-aged white men or like Ellie, or like
Microsoft did have a mascot. It was Blinks the cat, and they threw him
bring
away.
back Blinks.
Right.
Problem solved.
I mean, a lot of people would say that the flagship is Halo, but again, when you kind of have um, everything that kind of happens with that, it's a trickle down effect. If people can't have faith in Halo, then they don't want to have faith in
They ain't
anything
got
else.
faith in nothing, yeah.
Even if Gears 5, I thought Gears 5 was great. Again, it's great, and I think that Halo Infinite is good. It's just there's a bar
Yes.
that a lot of people have, and it's just like and I would say some of that is on the consumer because I do think in general expect crazy. It could be like, okay, a game doesn't necessarily have to be crazy realistic and a third, but a tweet will go viral if you walk in a blade of grass and it's not moving, and it's like, oh, whoa, like, why isn't my game
Yeah.
this interactive. So it's like that balance. I think like I said, you have a great point. Just focusing on those smaller budget games, good, and turning around. Again, yeah, I guess it was turning around smaller games. They have this big idea at Xbox thing that they have over there, and it's just let's make that instead of like treating it almost kind of to like its own thing. It's like, okay, well, and it's kind of like same thing in the music industry. A lot of independent artists are being, well, a lot of the major artists are looking at indie artists and how are they doing work. And so I think that's also what Microsoft needs to do. What are the indie folks doing to keep their budget in check? So yeah.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a big course correct industry wide where budgets have ballooned, development time has ballooned, and these big publishers are kind of like finally like paying the piper in regards to that. Somebody who is a big player needs to make that change and lead the effort to go back to smaller dev cycles, smaller budgets outside of like the big tentpole games. And Microsoft can do the craziest thing and be that leading force. And they have nothing to lose at this point. They might as well go ahead, hit the big reset button, and lean on these smaller devs like Double Fine. I mean, granted, Double Fine might be a weird one because again, they've had that history of bad finances, of mismanaging development cycles and stuff like that. But I mean, studios are that size, leaning on them, even giving them their big IP. Have Double Fine make the next Blinks or the next Banjo.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that a strategy that is working for Capcom really well. We have a new generation of gamers that have not played our older games. Let's remaster them. The games exist. Which is I think that they're leaning with that with the rumored Halo Combat Evolved remake. Have that be a cool little thing. Maybe you just make that multi-platform, the PlayStation, to spend their money on it. Then boom, next year you have Halo 7. So yeah, I think them doing. I mean, I guess we do have the remake as well. I don't know what else they could remake though. Could have been Perfect Dark.
Because I mean, you're right. It could have just been Perfect Dark.
Banjo remakes. I don't know. It's just so much potential.
Yeah.
Where the hell is a new Killer Instinct? Like, what are we doing?
Killer Instinct 2.
Very crazy to have Killer Instinct on the Evo floor and not do anything, because that version of Killer Instinct came out years ago, right?
Years ago, yeah. It's like doing the Tekken 7 thing, where it's just
crazy. But look, Xbox has the money, they have the backing. I have faith. I'm not rooting for their downfall. I will say that. Like, I think the industry is better off when PlayStation has true competition. Like, Nintendo is not going anywhere, but Nintendo and PlayStation aren't competing. They both, I think, on either side have said that before. PlayStation needs competition, and Xbox is the best we got.
Only thing we got. It's not like say you're coming out with any more Dreamcast. So
unless Valve get themselves together and make a box other than
right.
That's all we got. So I'm hoping they right the ship. They got a good year coming ahead. Supposedly Gears E-Day is coming out within the next year.
It's interesting that the rumors are saying or are leading towards what? New console, new Halo, new Gears.
Yes.
Towards all next year, which in theory sounds great, but it's like it has to land. It has to be good. Plus the hardware on top of that.
I came up with a theory a couple of years ago that I don't think the idea of a cut and dry generation is gone. I think the video game consoles are going to adopt the cell phone upgrade kind of cycle where you can get the iPhone 16 if you want, but if you got an iPhone 10, you can still run all the same apps.
Yeah.
They'll just probably run like crap. So, I think the upgrade cycle is going to be like that, where we might see the next Xbox next year, but if you got a Series X, it's no rush.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think it's smart.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I had to keep bringing up Fortnite, but again, if you only play Fortnite, why do you to buy or upgrade from Xbox One? If you only play Overwatch, you don't need to upgrade. So, why leave those customers behind at all?
We're rooting for you, Xbox, please.
Rooting for you. How dare you?
I'm rooting for Game Pass.
Damn. Well, yeah, me too.
No,
Please don't go away, Game
literally.
Pass.
Oh, wait, that Game Pass.
Make a big Game Pass drop. People forget this. Like, honestly, I'm always like, listen, y'all. They definitely have Grand Theft Auto 6 in Game Pass. Not launch, but they have Grand Theft Auto 6 in Game Pass money.
And
I
they
think
did it
that
at
would be
launch, that'd be insane.
That would be crazy.
That would be
Bonkers.
like, what are y'all doing?
Sarah Bond,
Yeah.
girl.
we giving you the
Get 'em
we
on the
giving you the
phone.
answer. Just go ahead and
Even if it's just 1 month only, it's
Yes.
this there. Listen,
yeah.
Spike.
Hey, Xbox, we gave y'all the ball. All you gotta do is run with it.
Listen, hey, and just credit me. I don't need any.
That's right. If you do any of these, we will know. We will know where you got that from. I swear to God, if Double Fine makes a banjo game, I'm
Listen,
suing.
listen, I'm going on a just on Twitter, just typing. It's not going to mean anything, but I'm gonna just holler into the abyss.
Hey, y'all. Well, thanks for watching or thanks for listening. Make sure to hit that sub button so you don't miss anything. Candy, where the hell can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. It's Candy the Moon. The spelled with 2 E's, like your favorite fake Texas rapper. And
Slim Thug.
I'm trying to, yeah. I'm trying to get back into doing like gym content. I'm trying to experiment with like angles and stuff like that. I just bought it's prom week, y'all. Sorry to shell that. It's Amazon, whatever. They're terrible, but I just bought this. It's like a magnetic thing for your phone that you could just put on like the poles of the gym or whatever.
Is it good?
I haven't got it yet. I just bought it today. It's gonna come tomorrow, and then I'm gonna try it at the gym on Friday and see how it is. So hopefully I get them content creator angles, and I'll start uploading more content.
Send me the review.
I definitely will.
Hell yeah. Lunches, you're doing gym content too. Not that you have to promote it if you don't want to, but where can they find you?
Listen, my main thing is so Lendrix is my artist name. That's where you can find me on socials, Lendrix, Lendryx. My gaming Twitter is Rock is Infinite, like Halo Infinite, but Rock is Infinite. So that's my gaming Twitter. And then I do have a fitness account. It's GetFitDrix. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I'm going through this phase of where I have eaten everything. So now I need to actually just fix my diet. So my journey, yes, while I'll be posting on Twitter, different lifts and stuff, it's the kitchen that's messing me up. So maybe I need to create another page that is get your ass in the kitchen. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Lendrix.
And you can find me here. And all the Game Click stuff you can find at Real Game Click on every social media platform. And I guess if you're looking for me, you can find me at Charm City Champ on every social media platform and in every gaming platform. You can friend me on Xbox or PlayStation. I'm only playing Death Stranding 2, so I'm not going to be very friendly unless you want.
Friend request right now.
Yeah, the notifications off.
If you want to use it, feel free to use my bridges, I guess, that I build.
Yeah.
Give them a thumbs up. That'd be cool. But anyway, we drop new episodes every other Friday, so be sure to stay tuned to that so you don't miss anything. And as always, get good, be good, and stay good, y'all. We're out.
Bye.